That thing was crazy.
Well, y'all, it is official that I now announce that after 10 years of riding for SUPERbrand Surfboards, we're officially parting ways. Putting this video together and bringing up all of this honestly brought a little bit of emotion into everything. You know, going back to 2012, when I got my first boards, looking at all those clips, looking at the clips and waves I've gotten to ride over the years, thanks to Super, it was just wild to look back on for me. It was really special. And to close this out, this partnership, I wanted to make this video with all of like the highlight clips from the last 10 years and then give you guys kind of a little bit of a breakdown of that 10-year run. But first, I just want to say thank you to everyone at Super who has made everything possible for me and my surfing over the last 10 years. Namely Jesse Hines, who got me the first batch of boards when he was working for him and he was like, you gotta try these things out. He got me 3 boards in March of 2012 and it basically changed where my career was headed. Getting onto those boards and working with Jason Coons, who was shaping them at the time. And then when he left and Brian Brown was fully taking over, between those two guys putting foam underneath my feet and Justin Cote organizing it all, getting the boards to me when I needed them, I've gotten to ride some of the best waves of my life, do the biggest airs of my life, and take my career from being like what it was to what it is now. And that is all thanks to the guys at Super. Thanks to Jason, Brian, Justin, Jesse, and many others. But those were the main ones. And yeah, it's just, I'm so grateful. You know, I mentioned I got my first boards back in 2012. I went on to have like between that and 2013, they were my most progressive years in surfing, I would say. Because prior to that, I wasn't that great at airs and my rail surfing was pretty bad. My rail surfing still didn't really improve for a number of years, but my air game improved tenfold. Like that fall in 2012, I was doing airs that, I hadn't done before as far as like a difficulty level. And so that was super special to like get those boards under my feet and start rolling with it. So 2012 to 15, I worked on my air game. And then 2015, thanks to Pete Mendia and Corey Lopez in Mexico, I started working on my rail game. And I really started dialing my quiver with Jason and Brian and figuring out what worked best for me on my rail on smaller waves and what worked better in bigger waves. Like each year from 2012 to 2016, I think my quiver got like a little bit bigger. And so having that array of boards to choose from was huge. Then we come into 2017, which is probably the craziest year of surfing I've ever had in my life. That and 2018. But in 2017, I got to go down to Panama, score this wild wave down in Costa Rica, and then made my first trip to Namibia to score a wave that had been on my bucket list for like 10 years. Capping it all off that fall with the best and most wild hurricane season I've ever seen here at home. And I finally achieved that March 2017, the biggest air of my life, a goal that I had been after for a long time. I did a massive alley-oop, and that was just what I had been after. That crazy swell run in the fall in 2017 continued into 2018 with some of the wildest winter storms we've had here. I got to go to Tahiti, Iceland, Namibia, Hawaii, like just insane year of travel. And then coming into 2019, I got to be a part of the biggest Namibia swell in 5 years. Scored the wave of my life on that trip. And then that year in Hawaii, I got the best pipe wave I've ever had. And it just was like, my dreams were coming true. Like 2017 through 2019, I basically got to do everything I'd like desired in surfing. 2020 got kind of weird, as you know, for obvious reasons. Going into 21 and 2022, we came to the end here. I got hurt in 2021, didn't surf as much, came back last fall, and it was a great fall. And 2022 is officially the last time that I'll be riding for Super. And we finished it strong with the biggest south swell I've ever scored here at home and a great January, riding my PigDog Pro. And yeah, it's surreal to look back at my time with Super, and it is sad to say goodbye, but we ended things on good terms. Those guys completely understand what is coming forward for me, and I don't like leaving companies that I work with. When I sign with a company, I plan to stay with them until I stop surfing forever. But things change, life changes, other opportunities have presented themselves. Things were changing at Super, and so it was time to move on. And I actually have more news to give you, but I'm not going to spoil that here because this is about SUPERbrand. This is about my thanks for them and what the career I have gotten to have because of them, because of their confidence in me, and being able to work with good shapers like Jason and Brian. And I wouldn't be where I am today without having that confidence in my equipment and being able to push myself the way I did and have enough boards in my quiver to be able to go and do that and not worry about breaking them. And being able to go out, whether it was 4 foot or 30 foot, and know what was under my feet was crucial. I never doubted it for a minute, and that is super special. So thank you guys. I can't say thanks enough. I don't really know how to finish this video because I don't like goodbyes, but 10 years, full decade. I'll never forget it.